Welcome back to another video. We are back in our kitchen today and we're going to make some fresh homemade salsa today. You can do this mild or hot. We're going to keep ours kind of a medium mild today, but this uses fresh ingredients straight from our garden. So despite the weather challenges that we've had, we have quite a few tomatoes and peppers. This is a great way to use those fresh produce, and the boys absolutely love chips and salsa. So let's go get started. All right, as you can see, we have quite a few tomatoes. Now we have a few varieties. Some of these are like a little baby steakhouse variety. Some of them are Roma tomatoes. Some of them are cherry tomatoes. And then we also have several peppers. We have a couple varieties of our green bell peppers, and we have our banana peppers. We also have some garlic and onion and lime juice, salt, pepper. This is whatever seasoning you want. We tend to like the Creole seasoning. It has a lot of good seasoning in it, such as red pepper, a little bit of peppers that are in there, as well as a garlic and onion type spice as well. We have our can of diced tomatoes. We have the fire roasted, but you can use the plain ones, and some cilantro. And we're also going to use a little bit of ground cumin and some sugar. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is core and quarter our tomatoes. So we don't want the little hard center, or if there's any bad spots in your tomatoes, you can take those out. So we're going to remove those pieces. We're going to go ahead and slice the rest of these up and get those ready for our salsa. So the food processor will be doing most of the work, but we can go ahead and give it a head start. We have about 3 different varieties of tomatoes from our garden here that we've chopped up and cored. We also have quite a few of our cherry tomatoes, so that we don't want those to go bad. We love to eat them, but every now and then we get a few too many than we can eat in one day. So I'm going to go ahead and put in quite a few of the little cherry tomatoes as well, and we don't have to dice those up as much. We're going to let the blender do all of the work. All right, next up are our peppers. We have our green bell peppers here, and we have a few of our banana peppers here. This is very mild. If you have hot spicy peppers, this is how you would make your salsa a lot more spicy. So we're just going to go ahead and cap these off and get these kind of just a rough chop, get them cored, get all the seeds out. And you can see this one has quite a few seeds in it, so we're just going to pull out those seeds, and then we're going to slice this up coarsely and add it with our tomatoes. So your pieces can be kind of big chunks. Like I said, the food processor is going to do most of the work, so we're just going to add some of these big chunks in with our tomatoes. And I'm going to finish cutting these up, and we'll be right back. All right, the next thing we're going to chop up is our onion. Now there's a lot of leeway with onions, and you can do a red onion, you can do a white onion. This is a Vidalia onion, which is on the sweeter side of the family, so if you'd rather have it be a little stronger with the onion flavor, then go for a red onion. But we are going to go ahead and cut up and just rough chop our onion here. This is a Vidalia onion. I'm just going to give them a really good rough chop and add them to our bowl. And next, we're going to go ahead and mince up our garlic. Now you can use the whole garlic clove and mince it yourself, or you can get the pre-diced garlic cloves. You're going to want about 3 garlic cloves. So we're going to get, this one's really tiny, so we're going to do 3½ here. And you're going to peel off the layers here until you see the inside part of the garlic. And that's the part that we're going to use. So we're going to mince this up very finely, or coarsely actually. I'm going to let the food processor do this as well, but we're just going to give it a head start, and we're going to add these to our bowl of tomatoes, peppers, and onion. All right, last year we grew our own cilantro. This year we did not, so we are going to get some cilantro, several sprigs of it. If you don't like cilantro, you don't have to use cilantro. Some people think it tastes like soap, and other people thinks it just adds a really good flavor. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull off some of these leaves. And add that to our other vegetables. All right, we're gonna start assembling everything in our food processor just so we can kind of get things the size down just a little bit. So we're gonna add in our vegetables, our garlic, our onion, our pepper, and our tomatoes. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get some of this chopped up so we can add the rest of it. All right, so we have them in our food processor here, and when we turn it on, we're just gonna kind of roughly chop it. And as you can see, that's given us enough room now that we can add the rest of our vegetables as well. So we have the rest of our tomatoes to add. We can get them all to fit here. And I'm gonna go ahead and add our 3 tablespoons of lime juice. So lime juice is the acidic piece you need for it to last a little bit longer. So we're gonna go ahead and add that. And before we chop it up again, because I don't want it to get pureed, I just want it to be chopped, I'm gonna go ahead and add in our other spices. So we have our ground cumin, and I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of the ground cumin. You can do 1 or 2 teaspoons, or you don't have to use cumin if you don't like it. And I'm also gonna do about 2 teaspoons of sugar. We're going to add that in as well. This can be 2 or 3 teaspoons of sugar. And then we're going to add our salt and pepper. So this is just to taste. I'm going to do probably about a teaspoon of salt and maybe a half teaspoon of black pepper. You can also use cayenne pepper or red pepper, any of the pepper family spices. And so because of that, we are going to use some of Tony's spices here. This has a little bit of everything in it. I'm going to add about a teaspoon or so of that, and a little bit of black pepper as well. All right, so I'm going to give this a go before I add in our canned tomatoes. And this time I'm just going to pulse it. So let's give it a stir, and we're gonna do it one more time before we add in our canned tomatoes. I'm just gonna push some of these bigger vegetables down toward the bottom so they get chopped. And then we're gonna add in our canned tomatoes. So this is 1 can of diced tomatoes. We use the fire roasted. It's 14.5 ounces. There we go. We are at our capacity for our food processor here. So if you have a larger one, you can do that like a blender. Ours just barely fits. So let's take a look after we've processed this. And it smells really, really good. All right, so here is our salsa. It is all blended and ready to serve. Ooh, look at this salsa. It looks and smells delicious. All of our fresh ingredients, our tomatoes, our peppers went into this salsa. The boys love it. It's a great way to get their vegetables in them. Also as a delicious snack. Wish you guys could smell this. It is so fresh, so delicious. We're gonna go ahead and give it a taste. It has lots of chunks in it so you can get a really nice good bite of it. That is delicious. You're gonna love it. We hope you try this recipe. Let us know if you like it and what you do differently in your salsa. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.